I'm about to uncover the world's best options trader. We need to appreciate this guru while we can before he makes so much money that he buys the island he's standing on and never shares this opportunity with us again.
If I gave you $25,000 today, what would you do?
I would first purchase YouTube Premium so I never have to get pitched a get-rich-easy scheme again, and then I'd put the remaining $24,988 in an index fund and challenge you to match my returns.
If you give me just 90 seconds of your time right now, I'll show you how you can make $24,840 in just 7 days.
I've always been told that I need to steal to make that much money that quickly, but I'm sure that Lance is about to let me know about the secrets to options trading. The only treasure chest found on this island is in the sales pitch Lance is about to deliver.
With a quick, simple, set it and forget it trades that require zero market knowledge or trading experience. This shouldn't even be possible, but trust me, it's very real.
If you buy this guy's product, you'll forever be underwater on your investment. Even with all the animals swimming in the ocean behind him, Lance's product is still the most fishy.
When I discovered that shadow blitzes were so powerful and so predictable, I hired a team of world-class programmers to build a specialized tool with the same power as institutional hedge fund technology.
His programming team is so good that he needed to use stock footage to hide the identities of his hired employees. Lance is so wealthy from implementing his strategy that he's able to spend the same amount of money on programming algorithms as billion-dollar hedge funds.
Like one morning when I noticed a shadow blitz for Nordstrom, so I immediately sent out a Blitz Alert to my members. Then I pulled out my own phone and placed a simple trade on Nordstrom, and then there was nothing else for me to do.
I believe Lance's stories as much as I believe celebrity apologies. Lance once said that he'd shave his beard and hair after every profitable trade. At least he's a man of his word.
So I went fishing. Sure enough, the stock exploded overnight, and if you had invested $1,000 with me, you could have reeled in $5,410 too.
The only thing Lance fishes for are new investors dumb enough to buy into his programs. Fake gurus' get-rich-quick schemes are no longer promising a timeline of 1 month. They are now showing you how to get rich in one night.
If you joined me in those 3 trades, you would have collected the easiest $24,840 in your life. If you click this ad now, I'll show you how you can get started, cashing in on 4- and 5-figure profit paydays. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Debunking this fake guru's sales pitch is as easy as 1, 2, 3. He promises huge returns, the timeline to wealth is overnight, and it's easy if you buy into his system. He checked off the 3 main ingredients for a get-rich-quick scheme. All that's missing is Lance letting you know that you don't need to be an expert to become rich with this scheme.
It couldn't be easier. You don't need to be a seasoned trader to do this. You don't need to be chained at your desk all day. Anyone can do this.
He is correct that anyone can do this. If he shared the results of his customers, we'll all realize that everyone succeeds in getting duped in this get-rich-easy scheme. The testimonials show the return these stock photo models were willing to accept to be associated with this scheme. The guy at the bottom traded his dignity for a 1,250% return, which is why he was happy with the trade. The guy at the top will use the $4,500 to pay for a PR firm to clear his name by releasing the full quote of, "Damn, I had no idea Lance would use my photo for this kind of scammy advertisement."
I'm talking about a chance to collect multiple thousands of dollars overnight and do it over and over again. Not in months, not in weeks. I mean within 24 hours.
By now, you're probably wondering what this clown is actually selling us. Lance claims that he has software that can detect when a stock is about to explode before it happens. You can put in a trade before the market closes, and by the next morning, your income and your wood will be up 400% when the market opens.
The big wigs at Citigroup and my old hedge fund probably wouldn't want me sharing this information with regular Joes.
Lance's BS backstory is that he allegedly worked at a large hedge fund and walked out the door with this secret information that can help you win big in the stock market. He was an analyst at Citibank and started his own capital group that he operated out of his house. Walking out of the door meant taking his dog out for a walk.
And that's why today, I'm pulling back the curtain for anybody who wants in on the power of 4- and 5-figure shadow blitz paydays.
The entire sales pitch is about turning $1,000 into $25,000. What's unfortunate about these schemes is that the only people falling for it are people with only $1,000 to spend. The snake oil that Lance is selling can only work on unsophisticated, aspiring investors. Notice how the entire sales pitch is about turning $1,000 into $25,000 and not 100,000 into 2.5 million. Fake gurus pitch these schemes and products when they're greedy for money. Everyone knows the quickest way to turn $1,000 into $25,000 is by purchasing a ClickFunnels membership and teaching people how to become life coaches. On his Wealthpress bio, Lance is an ex-hedge fund trader who specializes in making large amounts of money in short periods of time. He's aggressive. He doesn't even bother looking at trades that can at least double his money. He trades to live, not lives to trade. That's clearly a lie that Lance only looks at trades that can double his money. Lance is such a genius and expert that he looks at all trades and hand selects only the trades that will 5x his money overnight. Lance lives in Florida, and if there's one thing the internet teaches you, it's that you always trust a Florida man. Lance doesn't appear on FINRA's site or the SEC advisor site, meaning his backstory is probably highly questionable. That doesn't mean he isn't legit. It just means that playing a coin flipping game with Ant and Chigger from No Country for Old Men would probably lead to a more desirable outcome than investing with him. Okay, this is coming across as rude. What I'm trying to say is spending $2,000 on his system would be equivalent to tossing $2,100 bills into a tornado and expecting them all to spin around and become a Dogecoin.
If you click here right now, I'll show you how you can hitch a stock market free ride to potentially grab 78%, 225%, and even 540% overnight gains without risking a single cent of your starting capital.
Lance is all about the get-rich-quick schemes. You don't even need to wait a month to get your 500% returns now. It's overnight. You just click a few buttons and wake up tomorrow infinitely richer. And he even says without risking a single cent of your initial capital. This is as risk-free as having fun in the red light district without protection. Are you ready to discover what makes Lance the greatest trader in the world in 2021?
That my former colleagues and competitors in the hedge fund world have secretly been taking advantage of this calendar for years. They have early access to information that allows them to put down highly lucrative insider trades.
If anyone were to believe Lance, he's basically admitting that he's piggybacking off insider information to write an algorithm for a software for you to profit. Yes, Lance, I'm sure you have access to insider trading information from large hedge funds that you then dispense to your customers. The only thing Lance has access to in the hedge fund world is the bathroom in the lobby. At this point, you're probably demanding me to give you a way to purchase into his system. But first, we need to hear his final sales pitch. I'm willing to bet that some traders would pay $30,000 like some masterminds I've seen the other guys pitching. He doesn't mention that the system being offered in the $30,000 mastermind comes from someone a little more credible. With the deal I worked out with my publisher, I can now offer an incredibly low discount rate for a limited number of folks. Today, you can have access to 104 weekly Blitz Alerts and all these bonuses for just $1,997. If you can't tell, I love noticing all of the flaws in these sales pitches. A deal he worked out with his publisher. This isn't a book, Lance. The only thing being published on this page is a bunch of empty promises and fake secrets. And I love when they fake scarcity as if they'd turn away a paying customer. It's all thanks to a trading secret I call the Shadow Blitz. They come from a combination of regulatory loopholes that many folks have no clue about, but the SEC would simply refer to them as unusual trades. The real secret that Lance figured out is stonks always go up. And if an option trader's strategy sounds like something the New England Patriots defensive coordinator would draw up, you should probably be cautious. We're going to finish with this. Lance is probably a nice guy, just trying to help out some customers make a little money. Maybe his boss gave him a script for the ads and he's just an employee. We should withhold judgment. Wait, Lance, what is this? The stock market is dead? Controversial strategist is exposing new tactic with plus 1,000% returns? Well, of course I want to learn this shocking secret.
I'm Lance Ippolito. In just a few days, I'm revealing why you should 100% ignore the stock market forever.
Another product, Lance, come on, man. Millionaire Lance Ippolito reveals 3D profit surges tracking the real force behind big overnight stock movements. Lance, you disappointed me. I shouldn't be surprised though, since there are rumors that Lance even pitches this system to his cashier at Publix and the servers at his local lunch spot.
Because some of my biggest profits are all happening where no one else is looking.
Internet marketers are so much fun. Once you realize that most of these gurus are just marketers marketing hype and fast wealth so that you'll buy an empty product, it all makes sense. The question you always have to ask yourself is, why is this guru selling some system to me? In this case, Lance needs a new fishing rod and bigger boat, so go buy his product. You'll be rich by the time you wake up, I promise. Thank you so much for watching.